So it's been a little bit over 10 years since I made the final decision to stop smoking weed, but that doesn't mean that I don't remember deeply struggling throughout my quit smoking process and even continuing to struggle in my newfound sobriety after breaking away from cannabis addiction. And in today's video, I want to give you guys some tips, tricks, and mindsets that can help out for those of you who are struggling to quit smoking, or for those of you that have quit and are continuing to struggle despite the fact that you've quit smoking weed with cravings, withdrawal symptoms, peer pressure, whatever it might be that's challenging you. Now, if you wind up enjoying the content in today's video, be sure to check out the pinned comment or the video description to learn more about our paid and free program resources, including our free ebook on how to quit smoking weed and quit vaping, or our abbreviated 7-step guide to quitting smoking weed and quitting vaping. I recently had a client contact me, someone that I've worked with on and off over the years throughout our addiction mindset recovery coaching services and programs. And I opened up my email one morning and it said, "I'm struggling." And it was like, "I'm struggling with cravings. I'm really struggling, doc." And I knew exactly what this person needed in the moment. They needed a reality check, the same reality check that I had gotten years ago. And my response wasn't, "Oh, why do you have cravings?" or "Let's think about this. Let's walk through this." No. I said, "You have been struggling since the day I met you, going back 2 years ago, with this addiction. So to hit me right now and suddenly decide that you're struggling now because you maybe feel it a little bit more because you're away from cannabis for 30 plus days or whatever it's been, is the understatement of the year, because you have been struggling for way longer than you even realize with this." And I said, the only way to end that struggle is to put an end to this substance use. Like, it's either you stop or you moderate to an extent that you're happy with your quality of life with that moderation. In this individual's case, they want to completely stop, which is what I chose to do as well. So I think people forget that active substance use, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, popping pills, it's not all rainbows and butterflies and roses, right? You wouldn't be watching a video about struggling to quit smoking weed if you were having a great time smoking weed, because you wouldn't be trying to quit. People often forget once they've quit smoking weed, or once they're early on in their sobriety, just how much they were struggling in active addiction, right? When I was actively addicted to cannabis, I was struggling with my physical health. I was struggling with my mental health. I was struggling with my finances from time to time. I was struggling with my relationships. I was struggling with motivation, with energy levels, with discipline. I was struggling in multiple aspects of my life that were significantly impacted by my cannabis consumption and cannabis use. So the crazy part about that is I would quit. I'd feel withdrawal symptoms. I'd feel irritated. Some people would make peer pressure, "Hey, come have a smoke with us. Come have a drink with us." And I'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm struggling. This is so hard." Almost like under this delusion that for some reason active addiction was quote unquote easier. I think just reminding yourself that you were struggling when you were using drugs, and that, yeah, you may be struggling early on in your quit journey, that you're struggling either way. If you're going to struggle in life, why not struggle to build yourself up rather than continually tear yourself down? Now, I can actually answer that question, why people do that, right? Why would someone prefer the struggle of active addiction to maybe the early struggle of sobriety, recovery, whatever you want to call it, quitting drugs? Why would I prefer to be actively addicted and deal with that mess than deal with the complexities of sobriety, which really isn't complex at all? Well, because it's very, very comfortable, right? It doesn't involve making a change. It's something that I've been doing for, I was addicted for 7, 8, 9 years, however long it was. It's something that I've had a lot of repetition and practice in doing, i.e. consuming drugs. And I'm good at it. Even though I'm struggling with it, even though it's a struggle, I've gotten very good at drug consumption. But this whole sobriety thing and quitting drugs and not having drugs, well, that's new to me. I'm not necessarily good at that. And that's going to involve change, and that's going to involve a lot of unknowns. So I think I'd rather not embrace that struggle and just continue the struggle of addiction. But something that you should keep in mind, or something that just to think about if you're struggling to quit smoking weed, okay? Secondly, when it comes to quitting smoking weed, a lot of times I would find myself going through withdrawal symptoms saying, this sucks, right? These withdrawals suck. These cravings suck. The night sweat sucks. Insomnia sucks. My stomach upset sucks. This headache sucks. Feeling like I have the flu sucks. Cravings, peer pressure, this sucks. When's this going to go away? When's this going to end? You know what? It might suck. But you know what doesn't suck? Having more money in your bank account. Reclaiming your time, right? Because if you don't respect your time, no one else is going to respect your time either. Reclaiming your motivation, reclaiming your mental health, reclaiming your physical health. None of those things suck. None of those things suck, right? Yeah, withdrawals and the things associated with withdrawals, that sucks. There's not really many ways around that. You know, you can use some cognitive behavioral therapy stuff like I've talked about in numerous other videos of mine, but there's no way around it. It sucks. But you know what? The outcome of it doesn't. The outcome of it is actually a really, really cool thing. But you know what else? Being actively addicted to a drug sucks. Burning through your money constantly sucks. Deteriorating your physical health, it's crappy. Just eroding away at your mental health, it sucks. Being a slave to a substance that you don't even want to be consuming anymore, that sucks. And that's a struggle, okay? That's hard. That's difficult. That's painful. And at the end of all that difficulty and pain and struggle, in active addiction, you get nothing. You get nothing to show for it. You have nothing to walk away with. But when it comes to quitting the use of substances, exercising the discipline of sobriety, because I refer to it as a discipline early on, which in my opinion makes it a little bit more exciting than just getting sober, being sober, right? No, it's the practice of a discipline, like the discipline of Taekwondo or the discipline of meditation or the discipline of religion or whatever, right? Practicing the discipline of sobriety, right? Staying committed to a decision that you made, even though it sucks, making a change, even though it sucks, guess what? There's going to be a return on that investment. And that return typically comes in an appreciation in making full use of your time, improved physical health, improved mental health, improved finances, improved relationships, right? You get a return on that investment. You get a return on the initial struggle of quitting drugs, unlike continued active substance use. So next time you find yourself saying this sucks, quitting sucks, right? I'm struggling. I want to remind you, you've been struggling this whole time and it sucked this whole time. And if you don't believe me, try a simple exercise that we have our clients do. Next time you're using drugs, journal, write it in your phone, text yourself, just how you feel. Just what's going on day to day, and do that every day for the whole duration of drug use until you suddenly decide that you want to stop again. And then when you stop and you say, oh my God, I'm having a bad day. This sucks. I'm struggling. I'm just going to go back to smoking weed. I want you to check back to your phone or to those journal entries or to wherever you wrote it down. And I want you to remind yourself that active addiction sucked too. So which way are you going to go? Are you going to go through the struggle to build yourself up? Or are you going to keep tearing yourself down? That choice is completely up to you. Now, if it's something that you need help with, whether it's framing the correct mindset when it comes to stopping cannabis use, or whether it's some accountability, be sure to check out the pinned comment or the video description to learn more about our paid and free recovery coaching resources and programs. And if the withdrawals really suck and they're really bothering you, you're going to see a little link below for Kick It Crave Less Chewing Gum. It's my company's chewing gum product that contains KSM-66 ashwagandha and NAC, N-acetylcysteine. My top 2 supplements that I recommend for quitting cannabis or nicotine or alcohol or really any substance. We put them into a chewing gum for better absorption of the ingredients and faster acting absorption. It also helps with that oral fixation and those sensations of boredom. Chewing gum helps with all that. Check that out. I promise it's a gum with a kick designed to help you quit. Okay, and if you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. So you can learn more about that below right here on YouTube Shopping. Until next time, I'll see you guys in either the pinned comment or at that Kick It Gum area.